morning, everyone. My name is Jodie Jordan, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my Timeless Arrangements card class to go. I want to tell you a little bit about how I run my card classes to go. The card class is absolutely free. If you have these supplies at home, you can cut them and, make the cards yourself. If you place a $35 order with me, I will actually send you 6 card kits, 2 of each of the 3 designs. And if you spend $50, I will send you those 6 card kits. And I will also send you the TINSEL 4-pack gems. So let's get started. This is the Timeless Arrangements bundle. And later, I want to go through the steps of cutting this. Now, if you have a 6x6 piece of cardstock, you would cut off the bottom. I'm going to show you here in just a minute. Here, you're just cutting the card base at 5.5 by 5.5. And then you're going to cut off 4.25. Or then you're going to score it at 4.25. So the point of this card is to show both sides of your DSP. So see at the bottom, if you have a directional designer series paper, you want to cut the bottom off by 3/4 by 6. That's if you're using, the 6x6 sheets. I'll cut all this for you when I send you the card kit, so you won't have to worry about it. I also wanted to mention that if you place a purchase, I will email you a PDF with the measurements and photos, sometimes diagrams of how, if things are, a weird cut or something, or a fancier fold, I will send you a diagram of how those folds should lay. So these next pieces are just 1 inch by 5.25, and then 4 inch by 5.25. Now see how that, when you did the 5.5 by 5.5, and then you scored it at 4.25, it has just one little small flap. So that's what I'm just gonna, this is just so you can kind of display both sides of your DSP, and a little bit different kind of fold, I guess. It's really the same fold, but you're just eliminating part of the regular card base. I think it's a cute idea. So during each one, I'm going to do the 3 cards, and each one I'm going to kind of step up the flower arrangements in each one, just to show you that you can do it simple, you can do it in between, and you can really knock it out of the park if you want, with how many flowers you add. Here I used a white card base, and I didn't want to just stick this over to itself. So I added I think this is fresh freesia. The fresh freesia and the bubble bath are so close. If they're totally different when you put them side by side, but when you're looking and you don't remember which one you used, it's hard to remember because they're very close in their shades, but very different when they're side by side, if that makes sense. So here you want to make sure that when you lay this top layer down, that it's totally even with the side. When I made my sample, I didn't line it up, and you could see part of the trim piece underneath. So you want to make sure that you line that up and then put your adhesive down. So see, you get to see all your pretty DSP that we always hide when we put one side down. Again, this is fresh freesia. You can use, I think it's crushed curry, bubble bath, blueberry bushel, and white, all in this DSP, but you can choose which side you want to use. That's the great thing about this, is you get to choose. And then here, I think I'm using the medium square. This bundle comes with 3 of it's like a stitching, and then it has little X's on, like, each one of the sides. That has 1 X around the edges. It's really a cute sentiment square. I love it. Today I dropped my Stampin' and Cut and Emboss Mini today. I hope it's not broken. But if it does, I guess I'll get the boho blue one because now they have the boho blue one for sale. Um, I really like this arrangement. When I seen it in the catalog, I didn't order it at first, and then I was like, I really needed something floral. I like the way that if you see on here, it has like, sometimes when you try to put all your pieces behind, they're tiny and you don't really have much to put your adhesive on. But here, there's like a little square attached to them that comes out in the die cut. So that makes it super easy to, line it up and get it straight and put this right behind your sentiment. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. Now, in this video, I'm using the tape runner or the what do they call it? Stampin' Seal. In other videos, I use the multi-purpose glue. It's up to you what you want to use. You know, Whatever makes it easier for you. The multi-purpose glue is really sticky sometimes when you're handling smaller pieces, but it it works really well if you need to do small areas too. Versus the Stampin' Seal is kind of wide, so you seen I was kind of rubbing the adhesive down. So see, very basic. I just put two white leaves to complement the color in the card, and that's basically the card. I thought it turned out pretty cool. Okay, so now for this next card, um, you want to so you're going to cut it 6 by 4. Well, actually, let me wait to get into the pattern paper. So your card base is going to be cut like normal, 5.5 by 8.5. And then you're gonna cut from one edge to that score line, um, 1 1/4 on each side. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to flip it over and cut down to the 1 1/4, all the way from the edge to the score line. And then your designer paper, well, here I'm just cutting the inside. And this will be 2 3/8, I believe, by 4. Sorry for the ring light. It's anything shiny. I have to have it, or you guys would. My room is very dark. My last craft room, I had lights put in, and I'm hoping to be able to put some in the future, but right now, I'm not going to do that for a while. I'm still waiting on a door. So what you're going to do is those 1 1/4 edges, you're going to glue those down. So the center flap of the card is the only thing that's going to open. Just something a little bit more fun. And again, you can use your DSP. I wanted to show you that you can showcase both sides of your designer series paper in this series. Now the last one I didn't do that, but I just did a traditional card, but I wanted to show you that you can use, both sides. Sometimes you don't want to pick. You want to use both sides. So two of these cards you'll be able to do that. Just like gluing down my layers. I wanted to say thank you to everybody that posted on my Facebook page for my birthday. Thank you. Um, I'm doing this voiceover real quick, and we went to the pool yesterday for a little bit, and I cut card kits. So all you ladies will be getting your last week's card kits in the mail on the 29th by 9 p.m. is what it says. I'm going to drop them off. I'm actually on my way to Disney as soon as I get this video finished. And we have Disney passes, and we've been doing this ever since my birthday last year. We've been going, so we've continued with the passes. So thank you for all the blessings on my Facebook page. I appreciate it. So see how cute that looks? You get to showcase both sides. And here I'm just stamping. There's so many sentiments in this stamp set to choose from, and you get 3 squares in the die set to put them in, so that's another bonus to get those 3 squares with the stitching around it, and there's so many more flowers that you can pick from, there's leaves and flowers and little, like, twigs and things, and, you'll get to see more of that, in the third, card, but, even that card, I didn't die cut all of those out. So here I'm just trying to get everything straight and lined up because I decided to use three of the sentiments. You can choose to word these however you want. If you wanted to put, um, a very big and then put thanks on the inside, you could, but, I did a very big thank or a very big thanks from the bottom of my heart. That's exactly how I've been feeling. I had so many of you ladies actually order my card kits this week, and I am so appreciative. This is something new that I'm trying, and if you like it, I'm going to continue doing it. It's always nice to get a bonus when you purchase things. Sometimes you don't always get the Stampin' Rewards. Like if you place an order for $50, you don't get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. With you using the host code, I just combine all of your purchases to create the Stampin' Rewards and return them with card kits and, gems and things. It's, you know, I wish that they gave the Stampin' Rewards for every purchase, but you have to purchase at least 150 just to get 10% of your order. So if you place a $150 order, you definitely don't want to use my host code. You want to get your own Stampin' Rewards. So if you spend over $150, then you would get $15 to spend on, or to get anything you want in the store. So, for those of you that use the host code, I'm combining everyone's order and placing orders to get you the gems and the card kits and things like that. Now the shipping and stuff is on me, but I that's just me appreciating you placing the order. I think this is such a cute card. I could have definitely went on and on about making the front of this, but because there's such a small space, I just did like I think two branches on the top and the bottom with this one, and it looks so cute. This time I die cut the leaves in the garden green, which is what is on this card base. I also, with the front, you know, I didn't want to make too many flowers because the pattern that I chose was kind of busy with flowers, and I wanted you to be able to, and see those as well. But again, it's your choice. You may choose to have the pink side, in the center, and you want to add more leaves. That's up to you. So here again, you can see that they have now this is the bubble bath pink. My glue bottle is brand new, so it really squeezed out a lot. So I'm just using a piece of paper to kind of smear it in a little bit so it'll actually dry. Um, Where was I? Oh, you may choose to use the pink stripe in the middle and, build up your flowers. I'm gonna give you an assortment of flowers and you can use them how you want. I will separate each one in the card kit. Now, I cannot give you anything stamped. That's Stampin' Up! Rules, but I will give you the die cuts. What I did notice is that even though I am showcasing certain bundles, you guys are ordering other things, and that's totally fine because in my mind, that gives you a bonus. Here you get to make 6 cards with this, but I'm hoping that you love it enough that you would wanna purchase it because I really think this is a good one to have in your stash. If you like flowers, I it's so funny because when I first started stamping, I'm like, "Why do they have so many flower sets?" But now I'm starting to lean towards them a little bit. In fact, I wish I had there's a punch that we have, and I think that's gonna be on my next or on my list, of next orders, because that would have been cute to have those small little flowers on the side of this. But that's the finished card. You may notice in my pictures that I haven't put my gems. I'm gonna put them on in the end. So here I'm bringing in another bundle. I haven't done a series on these because they've been on back order, and or low inventory, and I didn't want to put something that you can't have. So I had to do kind of a swerve on how I'm teaching my class. But here I'm just showing you the different dies that I used, and I already pre-stamped it, just to, because the video is already really long. So this time, so actually when I purchased this, stamp set, I was in love with these little bubbles. I don't know why, but in my head, I'm like, "I'm gonna create my own background with this." So and that's what I do. So, um, I do like the stamp on, stamp off technique, where you stamp it into the ink full, ink, and then stamp it one more time to give it a little bit lighter look, and I think it turns out really cute. And I just keep building it up, going around the edges because I know my, whatever that country corners is going to be in the center. So I don't really, try to do very much stamping in the middle, but I just keep building it up until I'm happy. We're actually on I should have used this. I can't use it, but so on my team, we do card challenges, and one of the challenges this week is to create your own background. But the reason why I can't use it is because we also have to use an embossing folder. But you could emboss this, and it would give you the texture of, whatever embossing folder you used on top of the stamping. So I could have done that. Maybe I'll make a second one. But you won't see a lot of this because we're going to build up flowers. This one is going to be loaded with flowers. But you see it, but you won't see it as your focal is gonna be on the flowers and not the background. But our card challenge this week is create your own DSP, but you have to also use an embossing folder. So my family's starting to get up, so you might hear a little bit of noise in the background. Again, I don't have a door on my craft room, and I'm right in the we have an open concept home, so I'm right by the kitchen. So here I'm just laying down the inside piece, and you could have stamped on the inside just for the quickness of the video. I'm just placing it in there and, because I'm gonna spend most of my time layering up these flowers. And here I wanna use Memento ink, for my flowers, but I still wanted to use the Moody Moth for the my sentiment. And I went back and forth on which sentiment to use. I like to use sentiments so I can actually send the cards, and sometimes the main cards that I send out are birthday and thank you. Um, but some of these sentiments, they're really, they could lead to a thank you. So I think this is a great set for the sentiments as well. Um, I don't know. I didn't order this on my initial. It was part of our pre-order, and then I just kept in the back of my mind like, why didn't I order it? Why didn't I order it? And then I ended up ordering it. I was like, this would be a perfect, collection to, flowers. And I have a couple. I did the daisies, and I did the last year. I did a daisy set, but there's a die set that I have my eye on that builds nothing but flowers, and I really want to get it too. But I can't get it all. I have to pace myself, and I want to make sure that I can give you good content and kind of demonstrate each of the bundles for you. Now, I don't know if you know this, but if you purchase the bundles together, you get a 10% discount. So, meaning if you purchase the stamp set and the die set, there is a special bundle code, and you'll find that in the catalog. Um, or if you go online and you order, you can just click on shop, and I think it'll say bundle savings or something like that, and you can see everything that's bundled together, and that saves you 10% on your order. So that's 10%, that you can spend on something else or save for, your next order, or just save in general. So on the flowers, I use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. They say that's the best to use when you are going to do your alcohol markers. I'm going to use the Stampin' Blends, which is an alcohol-based marker that blends really well. And they come in a 2-pack, so you have a dark and a light. When I start coloring, at first when I learned how to color, I was coloring light first, then I would put the dark and then go over with the light. And I was like, well, that's kind of wasting my light. So now I try to color with the dark first, and then when you kind of put the light over the dark, it starts to blend the line out. This is a small image. I'm not big on coloring just because I'm not the best at it. But when it comes to small images like this, it's pretty easy to do the coloring. I have some of the people on my team, they color they'll stamp in and do, backgrounds and everything. I'm not there yet, but I keep practicing because it's really, I would love to have that talent. I've taken a couple classes on, um, when I first started crafting before I was really with Stampin' Up. I took a couple classes to learn how to blend and use the Copic markers, which the Copic markers are, I feel like, a very artist advanced marker. They have a number system, and there's certain ways you're supposed to combine the colors. These are, I like the way these are because, you got the two markers and they blend well together, and you don't have to, there's no guesswork. There's a light and a dark, and, you just do your shading. So, if anyone is interested, I announced on my Facebook page that I'm now an affiliate with Stampin' Storage. And I'm going to do a video later on because my whole craft room is built on Stampin' Storage stuff. I'm going to put a link below in the description. If you would like to shop with them, I get a small commission. But check them out. If you have a lot of craft supplies, especially Stampin' Up stuff, the lady that runs it is a demonstrator, or her husband is the lady's company, she is a demonstrator, and her husband, built the stuff for her and then started selling it several years ago. But the magnet sheets that you see and the little, they sell those, and I always put my dies on there because they don't fall off. And then they also sell these little like sleeves that you can slide them in, and a crate. On my Facebook page, you will see like the different pictures of, and I think I did a reel this week of that. But if you're interested in that, definitely, shop my link. And anytime they have a sale, I post it on my Facebook page. I also want to tell everyone that if you ever, if you're ever going to place an order and you know it's going to be below the $150, you can find the host code always in the featured section at the very top of my Facebook page. Every single month I post it. And if something happens that I get enough sales to where I have to close it early, I will put a new one up. But you can always find it there, or I will always pretty much have one in the description, the shop link. But that just helps me pay for these card kits and, the gems that I send you, um, if you use that host code. Just something to keep in mind because, you know, um, in fact, I usually only unless you spend over $150, I won't send the card kits to you unless you spend the, the 50, at least $50 or the $35 for the kits and the $50 for the gems. But only if you use the host code do I do that because, otherwise I couldn't afford to send everybody. I mean, the host rewards doesn't pay for everything, but it helps me to, gift you these card kits. Now these little flowers do not have the little strip on the back, but that's okay. I really wanted to add these in and I thought it looked, nice. I will say whatever you want in the front, you need to glue down first. So like your leaves and things you might want in the back. The markers I used in here are the Moody Mauve Light and Dark, and then I used Pool Party for the leaves. It's so funny that the Pool Party is really like a blue, but next to all this, it kind of looks green. And I did my leaves in the Pool Party, and it looks like a. We lost the color, the soft succulent. I really liked it, and I'm normally not a big green fan, but um, I feel like this is close to that. The Pool Party kind of reminds me of that color, and I never would have thought to use this, but I had seen another demonstrator use that color as a leaf, and I tried it, and I really do like it. Now this right here is vellum, so it's kind of like it's not real thick, but it's a flimsy kind of plasticky um material, or cardstock, I guess. I like it. It gives added interest. Um, I use it a lot in my floral arrangement cards. It doesn't have a color. You can color the back of it if you wanted it to have a color, but I wanted to just have something kind of um, extra in there. And these are some more little flowers. Now they have little small holes in there. You can choose to pluck them out if you want. I left them there for interest, you know, but some of them come out, some of them stay. When I send you the die cuts, this is a lot of die cutting, so I will probably just leave them in. If you choose to pull them out, you can. And here I'm adding the green layer. And I just keep building up all the way around. Like, if there's some empty space, I've added the flowers. I hope that you'll stick around for the end of the video because I'm going to show you the paper pack that I I used in this. I wanted to show you the paperback pack because it's really a so in the catalog it's more expensive. I think it's like $30 for the card pack, but or I mean for the card stock. But it's really got a lot more sheets. It's got double the sheets. I'm trying to look it up here in my catalog real quick. Um, yeah, it's called Delightfully Eclectic, and there are 48 sheets of 12 by 12. So you get 4 sheets of every single page. And if you stay tuned to the end, I will go through that whole card pack for you and show you each page, um, each sheet looks like on front and back. Um, I'm probably going to use that for the next few card classes because what I figured out was that um, if I have a lot of you, I need to have more sheets of cardstock. In fact, I had to overnight some cardstock to or some DSP to me because I ran out trying to make the card kits for you guys. I didn't have enough. Um, And then I messed around, and so when you get your card kits this week, I messed around and I cut one the wrong measurement. So in one of your card kits, you're going to get two different colors for one card, but it's nice because you get the sample of two of the new ink colors. So see how that built up and looks so nice all the way around. I just love it. So now I'm bringing in all of the cards and I'm realizing that I did not put the gems on there. So I'm going to put them on now. This will be the gems that you will receive if you place a $50 order this week. And I'm losing a bunch of them. I haven't put them in my I have little sleeves that I ordered from Amazon that I put them inside. So these are the Tinsel Gems 4-pack, and I thought these were perfect because they had all the colors. Well, the colors aren't exact matches, but as you can see, even though you put them down with each other, they look nice on the card. Like, that's not garden green, but it's still I'm losing all these gems everywhere. They're peeling off. I need to put them up. Of course, I'm doing a voiceover, so I'm doing something else besides the video. But anyways, so I it's so funny what we learned from other demonstrators. So this whole time I was always trying to use the pointy end to apply my gems, and actually if you use the putty end, it works a lot better. I love this card. It's so cute. Or beautiful actually. And here I was trying to decide, do I want to use the blue? Do I want to use the yellow? And I was like, oh, I'm going to use the yellow ones. And like I said, they're a little bit brighter than the DSP, but they still look nice. So remember, stay tuned to the end. I'm going to show you this designer series paper. So the coordinating colors are basic black, bubble gum or bubble bath, Cajun craze, calypso coral, crushed curry, fresh freesia, garden green, misty moonlight, night of navy, and old olive. Oh, and pretty pink, petal pink, and pretty peacock. So here you've got little swans. And then on the other side, you have the black and white little X's. And I believe there's a there's a punch pack that goes with this that you can punch out some of the pieces on the designer series paper. Trying to find out. I know you can probably hear my paper. I like this paper because you have stripes, you have patterns, you have like here's a pretzel, but then you have stripes on the other side. You can choose, and you get 4 sheets of everything, so that makes it so nice. This one, I seen one of the demonstrators in my group. She actually cut out the little squares and wrote a person's name on a tag. I thought that was creative and cute. So I was trying to see if all the letters in my name was there, and they are. Let's see. Here's that uh, paper that I said there is a punch that you can punch out on here. Or it's called, no, it actually comes with a bundle with a stamp set as well, but it's a inked and tile bundle. I'm looking it up in the catalog. But if you didn't want to buy the stamp set, you could also buy the punch. But remember, if you buy the two together, you get the 10% discount. And see, those are in the back of the catalog as well. I thought this right here, there's a typewriter card. I thought this sheet right here would look really good with the typewriter stamp set that's on my list to get. Some more daisies. I think that's fruit on that side. This is probably my favorite piece right here. It gives you that boho chic little look. I like this. I'm definitely going to do a card in this one. I don't know why I'm rubbing the cardstock. I'm so funny. Here's another piece that you could use with that typewriter stamp set. For the younger crowd, they probably are like, whatever with the typewriter, but for my age, typewriter is just something. It's so funny. We were cleaning out my grandparents' house after my grandfather died, and we found my grandma's typewriter. And inside the typewriter was, I used to go over to her house, and I would punch the typewriter, and inside her typewriter case was where I had typed and signed my name on there. It was kind of cute. My daughter wanted to keep it. She thought it was cute. So this is a really great pack of paper. If you choose to purchase it, I'm definitely probably going to use it later on in some of my other classes. Again, if you want to place this order is going till I think the 28th. The all the information will be in the description below, and if you're on my email list, then I will email you all the information. If you're not on my email list, there is a link in the description below. Please join, and you'll get everything that's going on with me today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on Thursday with another project using this bundle. Bye bye.